To present the award for Best Screenwriter, please welcome the former Olympic-class skier whose true story is the subject of the film Molly's Game, author and entrepreneur, Molly Bloom.
The Movies for Grown-Ups Award for Best Screenwriter goes to the brilliant writer and director of Molly's Game, Aaron Sorkin. I strongly believe as human beings we should write our own story, unless you can convince Aaron to write it, and then just do that. When I met Aaron, things were pretty bleak. I was broke, I had pled guilty to a felony, my reputation was in tatters, and the worst part was, it was all my fault. So I mustered my last few drops of confidence, flew to LA, and I told him my story. I guess it worked because he said to me, "Boy, I've never met someone so down on their luck, yet so full of themselves." To my utter disbelief, he told me he was in, and not only was he in, he was going to stop writing what he was working on, and he wanted to start right away. He found the heart in the story, the heart that I had lost along the way. Watching it in the theater for the first time with my family was the moment of my life. In 1,000 years, I wouldn't be able to thank him enough, but this is a start, and I'm grateful for that. With immeasurable pride and still utter disbelief, I present Molly's Game.
You didn't do anything wrong.
I threw 4 people under the bus for $35,000, Charlie. I noticed you kept that out of your speech to the prosecutor.
No, don't do that.
I took advantage of gambling addicts. Donnie Silverman, my brilliant find. He lost
Marty,
$6 million on my table.
Stop.
Moved to Florida, got a job as a substitute teacher, then hanged himself
and
in
that's
his shower.
your fault. That's
Donnie
not your
Silverman's
fault.
dead. Harlan Eustace is in jail in Nevada, wishing he was, but that's not why I'm saying no.
You're not saying no.
I was named after my great-grandmother.
I don't care.
Molly.
We will stay here all night until you understand. Until you understand nobody gives a about your good name.
I do.
Why?
Because...
Why?
Because...
Tell me why.
Because it's all I have left. Because it's my name. And I'll never have another.
It's my pleasure to present the Movies for Grown-Ups Award for Best Screenwriter to Aaron Sorkin.
Thank you very much. And, Molly, having you present this to me is a very big deal. I'll get back to you in just a moment. Early one morning, a long time ago, my father came over to my apartment where I was living in New York at the time because the Academy Award nominations were being announced and there was some hope that a film I'd written that year would be nominated. And when it wasn't, my father turned to me and said, "Aaron, how many people in the world do you think woke up this morning with even a reasonable expectation that they might get an Oscar nomination?" And that's when I discovered that for most people it's an honor just to be nominated. In my family, it's an honor just to be overlooked. So you can imagine how they and I feel about getting recognition like this in the company of a group of people like this. I try to write what I like, what I think my friends would like, what I think my father would like, and then I keep my fingers crossed that enough other people will like it that I get to keep doing it. I like to give the audience what Lily Tomlin calls the goosebump experience. And that experience, Molly, is what I felt the first time I met you. I was so completely knocked out by your quiet sense of integrity, by your brilliance, by your sly sense of humor, by the fact that I knew that I'd be able to write that scene and that you would be able to give the audience the goosebump experience. There is no better delivery system ever invented for an idea than a story. And in this room are some of the world's greatest storytellers. So in times like this, I would just ask you to remember that. Molly, you are my heroine forever. You are a phenomenal muse, a fantastic inspiration, and the fact that you trusted me with your life, frankly, that is an unrepayable debt. Thank you, and thank all of you.